Hi, my name's Joanie. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who've been watching, you know the drill. Have a glass of water by you in case the other side comes in and says, take a sip. That's for any negative energies to be flushed through the physical body. If you haven't gone to my website is jonieswhitelighealing.com, and you could find out all the information about who I am, how I came to be this way, and if you want to have a private reading and healing with me. Okay, so I asked Spirit, what should I do a video on today? And they put it back on me and said, well, what inspires you? And what I got was control issues, that I should be doing a collective reading regarding control issues. And this could be metaphorical, but I don't think so. And what might come out of this are mental and physical related symptoms regarding control, that if people have any issues around control, being too controlling or not being in control, they might be manifesting symptoms. So I'm just going to go in where I put my Joanie aside and I'll see what messages I get. Who am I channeling? Only the highest of Christ-like consciousness, the ones who are of the highest enlightenment, close to the Godhead. We're talking ascended masters, ones who've walked the earth, attained enlightenment, passed, and now assist us from the other side. Archangels, these are angels that are very close to the Godhead. For example, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. Consciousnesses, these are collectives that come in as like-minded as a group and work together. Elementals, these are the fairies, the leprechauns, gnomes, sprites, brownies, etc. Star beings, these are our galactic friends, our galactic brothers and sisters. For example, Arcturians, Pleiadians, Sirians, etc. Departed ones, these are your departed ones that might be coming through to offer information. Angels, there are a myriad of angels who also are working with us as well. And spirit guides, we each have, I'd say, at least 2 spirit guides that we have known in previous or other lifetimes. And we agreed in a pre-birth planning session for them to stay there, and we're going to come over here, and they're going to assist us in the ethers from afar. So with all of these different guides, these souls or consciousnesses, which are a collection of souls, I have a one voice. So they come through as one voice or a collective for you all. So if the information does not resonate, I suggest shelving it, not trashing it, because there are no timestamps on these videos. The information that comes through might be around the time, this is January 14, 2020, but if you see this video a week from now, month, year, years from now, might be relevant. So I prefer to say shelve it rather than trash it. Okay, I'm going to go in now. Here we go. Putting Joanie aside. Okay, so there are some of you who are demanding that you have certain things a certain way in order to have an edge. For example, let's get a boob job because I must have bigger ones because that'll give me an edge over the other ones that I'm hanging out with. No pun intended. So already Spirit's getting very cheeky. That's really good. I love those that I'm working with. For example, people start becoming very controlling and demanding of the universe when they feel desperate. And in this specific relay that I'm getting is that some of you are envious and jealous, and you're in a race, and you're demanding of the universe, I gotta have, must. Once you start jumping onto another person's path, taking their inventory and comparing, you already lost the game. Game over, okay? We'll call that a fail, even though there's no such thing as a fail. You have your own journey. You have your own set of plans. You signed soul contracts before coming into this lifetime, and everyone respectively did same. So when you jump onto another person's path, it's moot. It makes no sense. They might have bigger this, lesser that, smaller, higher, fewer, whatever the case, because that's what's for their highest good. Okay, so we're going to pull back again. So the ones who are saying, I have to have, because I need to, pull back and take a look whether this is a wish or a need. Take a look at how realistic this is, and ask yourself, what am I truly missing inside? Instead of the ephemeral, the superficial, the material, the physical, what experience do I want? What do I need? Do I want love? Do I want attention? Do I need support? Do I need courage? What is moving me to compete and to be jealous and envious of other, where I start feeling frantic and out of control, possibly because you don't have, and controlling because you're grabbing to try and get to fill in order to feel secure. That's what Spirit is saying to you. I'm going to go back and see if there's more regarding this hurried pushing. For where you're taking time out, where you're placing your energy regarding control, if you can work through those issues regarding the must-haves and the needs and assess the realistic nature of them, if you can get yourself in check, you can put a list together of what is important to you, what you would like to see in your life, and then take realistic steps towards what you'd like to attain. There's no pushing the river. It must flow. So once you start the pushing energy, which it appears in this video's case, it's about control. When you start controlling and pushing and saying must have to, you're actually blocking your attaining what you'd like. So when you push against something too hard, you're actually counter forcing what could be coming your way. So it's about pulling back, working on your stuff, getting realistic with what you need versus want, getting in touch with the emotions underneath the envy and the jealousy and the competition, getting centered and getting straight with that, and then getting practical and more focused on you and what's about you versus other. Everyone's doing their own thing according to plan. So you've got your own journey, best to focus on that here. What you wish for in the future might happen. And if it doesn't, it means it wasn't for your highest good. That's always the case. Okay, I'm going to go back in. Let's see what more Spirit has to say regarding control. Now what I get is there are people who are saying, I can't do this. I don't have control over this. I can't do this. It's too unattainable. It's slipping from me. It's unreachable. I can't do this. There's a lot of, it's falling. It's slipping. I can't attain it. I can't do this. It's not in my control. I want this so bad, but there's nothing happening. I'm going to go in regarding those folks that I'm talking to now to see what more Spirit wants me to say to you all. For some of you, you haven't been specific. Okay, so if there's something that you have been wanting very much and you don't feel that you're in control of it and it's just not there, it's disappearing out of your fingers. For some of you, you have not spoken to the universe and shared what you would like to happen, what you would like to see or manifest, what you would like to create. You need to be more detailed. If you're visual, if you like writing things down, make a list of what it is that you, in fact, are looking to create, what you want to do, what you want to see. Some of you are having a hard time believing that it's possible, that what you are in fact trying to make happen or see manifest is in fact unfolding in due time, and that you're wanting it to happen yesterday. So things are unfolding in divine right order. Don't push the river again. So it's possible that you're keeping track, you're timing this, and that you haven't seen it happen, but in fact, ducks are in a row. Everything is getting set up for something to unfold at a date that isn't on your calendar. Take the date off of your calendar when you demand, possibly, for it to be occurring. Take that date off and watch with wonderment. Again, be specific with the universe, what you're looking to create, and then pull back a bit. If you have faith that your steps and your thoughts and your belief are sound and that they're chugging along, if it's for your highest good, it will manifest. But once the faith is lost, once the doubt and fear come into play, again, we have blocks. What are you afraid of? Is what you are hoping to achieve so important, so paramount that if it doesn't occur, then what? You have to fill in the blank there. Again, you need to do some reality checking with you to see whether, in fact, what you feel out of control about, that's slipping out, that isn't coming to fruition, is it that important? Now, if it is, again, we need to look at the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Look up the Serenity Prayer, SERENITY prayer. Very, very important. That'll help a lot of you if you feel out of control or if you feel that you're being too controlling. I'm going to go back in regarding this. Some of you are experiencing pressure from others. So you are feeling possibly out of control because another one is controlling you, or you are controlling more because someone is controlling you. What can you do to have that other force, whether it's a person, a group, an institution, lay off a bit? Is there anything that you can say? This might be throat chakra related in terms of expressing your truth. Have you spoken up and said, hey, give me some space, I'm doing what I can? Know your audience, risk, cost, benefits, and if it's not safe, healthy, prudent to speak up to the one or ones that are putting pressure on you, then you need to swallow that. Do some work on your throat chakra. You can wear blue, even just intending that the color blue, the frequency blue, is around your neck, is healing, and will the blue frequency will help heal throat chakra related issues. I've got some blue on, I've got a blue necklace, and this definitely assists with expression. They want people to know you are a mighty force, okay? You're a very, very powerful soul. All of us are. And that you need to remind yourself that you are extremely powerful. You are glorious, whether you're 0 or 125 or older. You're a powerful, powerful creator being here, and that you have choices, and that if any of you have regrets where you are blaming yourself for what you haven't done, that also might be something where you're feeling, I've lost all control. All of this was a waste. I give up. And that is also a control-related issue where you've thrown in the towel. You might have been controlled. You might have been too controlling. And now you throw in the towel and you say, fuck it. I am done. I don't want any more of this. It's just too hard. So Spirit is reminding you, you are very, very powerful creator beings. You have the power to effect change. If you feel beaten down, if you feel enough is enough, then just do that assessment as to whether it is time to say enough. But for many of you, you might have a control issue where you need to sit back, do realistic assessments, possibly take a break, and resume activity after you have renewed faith, your fears have been pushed aside, and the same with doubts. Maybe you need a new circle. Maybe you need a new bunch of people around you to start up whatever you've been trying to do. Whatever the case, for those of you who have thrown in the towel and said, I'm done, it isn't necessarily so if you identify that you have control issues. It might not be that they got you, okay? Because it's always possible to rework things and heal. I'm going to go in again, more so regarding the issue of control. They want me to talk about other lifetimes where people have been controlled. There are a lot of master-slave relationships that people re-encounter in this lifetime, not necessarily true slavery, but it could be metaphorical, where there's dominance and there's submission, and it could be henpecking and domination, whatever the case. I'm going to go in regarding this, and I'd like to do a healing. So again, for those of you who don't have water by you, get your water, and I'll wait for you. And you could always pause the tape. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. We're going into other lifetimes where people have been beaten and have been subjected to the rule of others, where there have been mighty forces that have subjected them to terror, fear, doubt, where their voice was squelched, where their knowing was diminished, where their solar plexus, their power center, was just squashed, where their hearts were just pierced. Any of the chakras, the energetic centers that were moved aside, twisted, damaged as a result of poisoning, killing, torture, bondage, shackles, imprisonment, vows of submission and slavery, I even get gang initiation, and anything not aforementioned across time and space, forwards and backwards across all generations, where there's karma that you might have regarding having been pushed down so much that you feel out of control. We ball up all these lifetimes, and you say inside, I forgive myself. That's heavy. I see sadness. I see someone's eyes are welling up. I see someone's mouth went dry. I see someone's ears have ringing from angels. Another one, their earlobes got hot. And someone got very, very tired. Next step, forgive everyone and everything. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness. Please forgive me because I have unforgiveness towards you. There's a rain that's coming down over us all. Rain. It's an energy. I hear it pitter-pattering everywhere. And there's a sun a little bit off, and I see a moon a little bit off. There are several planets that are searching for us right now. They're getting in an alignment. There are a lot of the galactics are working with us right now. The Syrians in particular, S-I-R-I-A-N-S, not Syria, S-Y-R-I-A, the Syrians from the Sirius star system. There's a lot of code that's coming towards us now, a lot of refreshment, an energy that pierces through the veil, cleans up the suffering, works certain types of images and patterns into your framework to readjust how you've been modified beforehand. We've all been modified. Our genes have been modified. And there is a reworking and an adjustment that's happening now as part of this healing, where you will feel a renewed energy. I feel that there's also a sustenance that comes through. It's a certain type of like a fuel that's being burned, and we all have access to it. And as a result of this fuel that's burning, I feel like it's almost like a Bunsen burner with the little flame that's up, and there's an energy that's about, and we all are taking in this energy that's being provided to us for renewal. Last step, thank God for these life lessons. Have a sip of water. And by the way, sip now between now and when you go to sleep. That'll help flush energies through the physical body. Now I'd like to do a healing regarding how y'all might have controlled others, because we oftentimes come into lifetimes to learn by opposites. So we're going to take all the lifetimes across time and space, forwards and backwards across all generations, where you controlled others, where you shackled and imprisoned, where you tortured and killed, where there was fear-mongering and control, domination, suppression, and anything not aforementioned that could cause you to have control issues here. And you say inside, I forgive myself. And the word I got was delight, that y'all feel delight. There's a gladness, like, oh, like that. Forgive everyone and everything. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness and thank God for these life lessons. Have another sip of water. There's a green energy that's here. It's beautiful. It's a cross between moss green and Kelly green. And it's a sustenance that will also assist. I feel like it's like a rebirth, regeneration. Some of you have been tough as nails like army sergeants. And as a result of this green energy, you will find yourself tempering some of your outbursts. You won't be screaming as much, shouting as much, getting snarky, growling, mumbling under your breath. Watch the shift. I see some of you have been foaming at the mouth, trying to make others do things, say things, be a certain way. And this green energy is gorgeous, and it's going to assist you in calming down. And there will be more love of self. I'm going to go back in regarding this issue. So for those of you who have not felt in control, a lot of you have been asking, why me? Pity and feeling like a victim. There are no victims in Earth School. We all know before incarnating what the landscape will be. We travel with members of our soul group. These are like-minded souls that we like to do incarnations with in different lifetimes, whether it's on Earth or in other realms. No, Earth is not the only planet incarnated. We know many of our soul group members' karmic stories. We know their histories. We know their essences. We know we can look into, what our friends are working on. So when we are in a pre-birth planning session and we are discussing what we want to work on, we know if a person is afraid. We know if a person is anxious. We know if this soul wants to learn about this issue or that. And we know what karma we've incurred with each other. So we plan out obstacles in order to try and balance them, to overcome them, transcend and forgive ourselves and others. So when you ask, why me, that's a third dimensional question. And that's okay, because you're being human. That's just so cool of you. It's so normal. But it doesn't compute in the spiritual realm, in that level. It doesn't make sense in that you aren't a victim. It's going to sound cold, but sorry. You asked for it, honey. You asked for this. So if you chose to be walked all over, to do the doormat, it's because you wanted to experience this, or maybe you were doing that with someone else in another lifetime. So now you are doing that to you're experiencing that from other. You could be learning by opposites. Maybe you were doormatted before and you're getting it again because you blamed yourself or other and you ask, hey, give it to me again. Self-pity and playing the victim is unhealthy, and it doesn't work. It does not move one forward. You really not should, because there are no shoulds. It is highly suggested that you forgive yourself and that you get to that spiritual place, the spiritual distancing and witnessing, so you understand that you asked for this coming in. Now, if you didn't pre-birth plan this, and it's post-incarnation free will choice related, that means that the twists and turns that you took along the way got you to that point. And if that's the case, you're still a student in Earth School, so you have opportunity to learn from everything. Again, you ask to be in this realm in order to learn. So rather than say, oh, I feel sorry for myself, I'm a victim, you can forgive yourself and forgive other, and then ask yourself, what can I learn from this moving forward? And I apologize if my my computer keeps dinging. Don't know how to turn off the microphone while I'm doing my video. So I'm going to keep going. Well, they say trust the plan. Very, very important to trust the plan. Have faith. And also look up the law of attraction if you're not familiar. This is a universal spiritual law that thoughts create our reality and that you can change your movie. So if things aren't going well, you can shift it and make a better outcome. If it's for your highest good, if you have done your forgiveness work, if you have removed fear and doubt, if you believe that it's possible to shift and change something to have the outcome look differently, it will happen. So some people have seen the movie The Secret. Other people have read many books by spiritualists that discuss the law of attraction, being in the vortex. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle is an excellent book. That's something that I recommend. It's a mind blow. When you're in the present, that's when everything happens. So it's important to know that if you feel that you are out of control and something isn't manifesting, or that you're pushing the river too much and you're trying to control it or control someone, it could be that you're not working the program so well. Can't push the energy too much, and you also can't give up. So there has to be that healthy balance right in the middle. I'm going to see if there's anything more to do regarding control. Now I'm going to go in regarding physical issues that people have regarding control. And again, disclaimer is below this video. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please see your healthcare professional. I do not aim to cure or heal. So I'm going in regarding some of your physical ailments that are related to control. So I see some people are like linebackers and they're stiff, and I don't see the rotator cuffs doing very well. I don't see great range of motion. I just see linebacker mentality. I feel that people are like, I just feel like they're boxes, and that they're swiveling and moving forward, but they don't have this gyration of their shoulders People who are feeling this, I feel like they're just going headstrong into things. They're pushing forward, but they don't have flexibility. This is metaphor. So for those of you who are feeling boxy and are feeling that they don't have good range of motion, you need to ask yourself, do I give myself a break and do I give other people a break? In my pushing forward, am I leaving some room for compromise? I feel like this is a battle position. This is the way armies are. Armies do something like this, but I'm not seeing anything with movement. It's very military type. So are you rigid? Are you commanding? Unyielding? When you yield, I see more range of motion. For those of you who are commanding and rigid and domineering, let's get rid of karma here. Cross time and space, forwards and backwards, cross all generations. Karma with respect to controlling, where it would lead to this type of an issue. We ball up all those lifetimes where there's karma. And you say inside, I forgive myself. Yeah. Wow. And some of you have a habit of lying. So keep that in mind. Some of you, where this is going on, there are some fabricators out there. Watch your mouth. Watch what you say. Karma remembers the address. Karma remembers addresses. Forgive everyone and everything. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness and thank God for these life lessons, and have a sip of water. Someone's toes feel like they're burning, more so on their right foot, but there are a few on their left and they feel hot to me. So after this video, when the next time that you're in the bath or the shower, I see pouring water or having the water go over your feet, not hot. I'm seeing tepid to cool water. That'll do a refreshment on your toes. I see some lifetimes where you were beaten, and it goes back to early childhood, and there's a thrashing. There's a mom who thrashed a child very, very much. I think I see a hammer, I see a spoon, and that the person has knocks and bruises. So for that person who has foot and leg issues where they were beaten, let's get rid of karma across time and space, forwards and backwards, across all generations, where you were beaten into submission. Forgive yourself. Forgive everyone and everything. I see someone with tears. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness and thank God for these life lessons, and have a sip of water. Someone's throat is aching. They're very sad. Take time out. You might want to have a sip of water and then take a walk around after this video. It's brought up a lot of things. There's sadness. If you feel sad, cry. It's important to get those feelings up and out because you're releasing now. And I feel that right around the solar plexus and the heart chakra, those two, the power center and the place of love, I see sadness. Someone got really reamed out. It could be in this lifetime, a verbal reaming. You son of a bitch. You suck. I hate you. And it just goes on, just total denigration of character. And that this is all coming up, the power center in the heart. So for those of you who've been verbally abused in this lifetime, where you've been beaten down and others have controlled you, where you felt out of control, we ball up this lifetime and all the others where there's such meanness and cruelty, where you felt helpless, where you couldn't do anything, where nothing seemed to stick or work, where you couldn't create anything or hold on to anything. And we ball them all up, and you say inside, I forgive myself. There are angels that are holding hands with you now. Forgive everyone and everything. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness and thank God for these life lessons. Have a sip of water. Someone's legs feel very tender. The fascia, the skin, right? A few layers of skin below the surface are tender. Give yourself a break today. If you do want to walk around, I don't recommend running. I recommend nice walking, not even jogging. Just take it easy. Someone's thumbnail, feel like it got caught or it's split. There's damage and someone needs to rest the hand. Feel like it's the left thumb. There's a split there. I don't know if it's a cut or whether it's the nail, but I feel like someone said something and soon afterwards they cut themselves. So there's sadness around what they said to someone else. If you recently hurt yourself after you said something to someone, forgive yourself, forgive them, ask for their forgiveness, and thank God for this life lesson. I feel like somehow this is related to control, that for some of you, you've breached other people's confidentiality and you said things to people when you weren't to say anything. And for others of you, you've said things to people that were mean and cruel and that you beat them down. You said things that were beating them into submission. And as a result, you guys have cuts. I feel like a lot of you get cut as a result of the karma that you have incurred here and elsewhere. So for those of you who have been cut and who are hurting regarding where you have said things that are hurtful and have beaten others into submission verbally, we ball up all these lifetimes and you say inside, I forgive myself. Forgive everyone and everything. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness and thank God for these life lessons. Have a sip. For others of you, after this video, take a more brisk walk, whether it's around your neighborhood, around your home, go to the mall, somewhere. If you're in a city, take a really great walk, go to a park. There's energy that has to be expelled, that needs to get out, and that this brisk movement will be fantastic for you. It will energize you and make you feel brand new. Highly suggested. I feel that a lot of you buried emotions, and it's important for you to feel. So for those of you who have not been feeling, you could start at any time. And if you don't know how to feel, you practice and you try it out. And if no one ever taught you, you just go for it. And if you really don't know how, despite your trying it on your own, there are self-help books and there's therapy. And I highly recommend it. I used to be a therapist and I always support going for therapy. See if you can go word of mouth. It's wonderful if you could find someone who's recommended. That's all Spirit has for me, for you. I hope that this video regarding control assisted you. Again, sip water between now and when you go to sleep. If this resonated, please press like and comment in the comment section below, because then I get to know and others get to know whether in fact what Spirit channels through me is in fact how would you say, street cred, whether it's got that body, the material that is 3D real. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and then press the bell icon to the right of the word subscribe, and there's a word all, and then you'll get all the notifications when I put out videos. I'm trying to put them out as often as I can. Please share my channel with others if you feel that they would enjoy. And if you'd like a private reading or healing with me, please go to my website, jonieswhitelightshealing.com, and you can read about me and contact me for a session. I'm in North Central New Jersey, and I do Skype, Facebook video, and phone sessions for folks who are not local to me. So I wish you a very happy day or night, and I'll see you again. Bye.